Well, today we're going to talk about putting pavers around the pool. Now this is my neighbor's house, and he started this job a year ago, October 2018, and this is October 2019. He took his time and he finished it. And doing pavers in Pennsylvania and doing pavers in Florida or doing pavers in California, big difference. So we're going to talk about that. I'm going to show you how he did it. So here we go. Well, today we're going to look at my neighbor's project, and he's putting pavers in around his pool. So he's got some pavers that are going to sit on top of the concrete, which is right here, and then he's going to go over, and you can't see it because it's December and winter time, but he's going to have these go over the top of the pool. So this is Pennsylvania, and right here on the side he's putting in the pavers, and right here he's having a piece of rebar going through to hold them all together, and in the center he's just going to fill this with pea gravel. And because he's coming up from the patio here, he's going to put the pavers in here. But I just want to show you what he's up to. He's a good friend of mine, and he comes out and does concrete with me. And when I have a project, or he has a project, I go out and do concrete with him. So we're going to see how he goes about doing this, and we're going to look at it and explain it as it goes. Now we're going to talk about the base. Anytime I put pavers down, I put them on top of concrete, and then I never have a problem. And you've seen me do that in other videos. Here on the outside of the pool, we got what they call to be graveled. That's the new school name for it. And I put that down about 5-6 inches, and then I put this down. The old school name was pea gravel, the new one is called 1B. And I lay this down. If you ever seen railroad tracks, they always put them on top of gravel. Why do they do that? Because the water goes right through them, it doesn't freeze and pop up. If you use regular dirt or sand, the water is going to get here in Pennsylvania, and in the summertime, in the wintertime, it's going to lift it up. The summertime, it's going to push up, and it's going to look like this. So if I'm going to use any kind of pavers, I personally put them on pea gravel. So he just gets the pea gravel. You just flatten it out with the trowel because it's such a short distance. Putting this piece in, just dropping them right on top of the gravel, right? No big deal, right, Dave?
No big deal, hippie.
No big deal. Just put them in.
Like
and
to go in there.
Look at that, perfect. And he just pounds them down with the rubber hammer. If they ever get loose, if they ever sink a little bit, just pick them up, a little more pea gravel under them, and you're done. He's marking his stone for putting the X on the part he wants. I know I got to charge you a consultation fee for all this, don't you? Marks on the thing, bring it over to the saw. Cut the piece right in, pound it down. That's it. Sometimes you gotta just keep scoring these, just like they did in Machu Picchu. That's it. And then after playing with it, drop it in. So, continuing on, same thing. He uses a tamper first to go through. He just keeps tamping it out and spreading the gravel out. It's working good. All right, we've got strung our line even. Now we're just putting them in. This one we'll have to lift up a little bit later to meet the top, but you're always better pouring the concrete lower, and then if you have to build it up, you could. better that than grinding concrete down. Now we're just gonna continue on. Everything's fitting really well this way. Then later on, when we go around with our pavers like this, we're gonna mark these stones and cut them so everything fits. Well, as you can see, we laid them all the way down here. So now we got to lay it out dry, or we haven't laid it out dry from here, and we're gonna have to go from there. So this line all matches up. So we're looking at his pool. This is what, July 15th. He's taking his time, but he's putting in these, what would you call them?
Coping.
Coping. And you can see he's laying everything out dry. And that's one thing I always preach, is to lay everything out dry. And I'm going to show you what he did. This has been going on for a while. He cut these so they go up against there, and you don't have a big lip going over, so when you step on it, it won't be doing that. So that's the progress. Okay, get them vittles ready. I'm here. Here he is. He finally got that concrete part in there. Gonna flatten it out to put the pavers on top. Pool's doing pretty good. Well, it's mid-August and the pool's doing good. He's got everything here laid out dry. And as you can see, he cut every piece like this. And then he's gonna glue them all in, he says. But the rest of the pool, he's got everything laid out dry, which is the smartest thing. Lay everything out dry, and then the last thing you do is cement them in. Well, it is now September 8th, and he's making progress here. He's got them all actually put in with glue. Here's the glue there. Goes between that's how he's gluing it.
You have to fill that in because there's a little bit of a concave at the edge of the pool, so.
Right. It sticks pretty good though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's as hard as could be. Hard as could be. So.
Just squeeze it down and that's it.
It takes about 24 hours for it to completely set up, and then it's ready to go. Check that gap. She's good to go. And
That's
then
it.
go to the next one.
Okay, this is yesterday's right there. That's hard, huh?
Right, but it's still pliable underneath
still
because
pliable.
it hasn't cured completely.
Yeah,
You can see the stuff underneath.
right. So
All right, so it's still it's got a film on it because it started getting hard.
right,
But when it does get hard,
it won't come off, huh?
it's not going to come off. And you feel this here. This stuff is hard as a rock.
Yeah, it's hard as well.
All right. I had this one here. It's from yesterday.
Yeah, it's one that from yesterday. Like, that's
Right.
hard.
Yep. So
Now, one of the last things he's doing is he's taking tin set, right, and putting it down so that those pavers don't move underneath, right?
yes.
Now he's doing this just like laying tile. Just laying them right in there. that's it.
Yeah, he's gonna have to recut. That was no good.
And he's getting done with the pool a little at a time. This is what? This is October.
Yeah.
So now what he's doing is he's trying to make all these joints perfect. So you won't see this kind of thing. So he's gonna put the cement in, so he's making them so the joints are perfect. Now he's using a bag. What are you filling this in with?
This is thin set mortar.
Thin set mortar. He's going around the whole thing with the bag, and he's squeezing it in, huh? I don't know how to use a bag. As long as it works. Okay. Is it getting down in there?
Yeah, you roll the bag up, puts pressure on it. All you gotta do is twist your fist right into the bag, and it'll squeeze it right out, just like I'm doing right here. See?
Mm-hmm.
Just turn your wrist, and it squeezes it right in there. You can squeeze the bottom too, and just melt the bag. But
All right.
quicker pressure, but that's all you gotta do.
And you're just thinning it down, huh?
The less you get on the blocks, the easier it is going to be to clean up. So
Yeah. Then just getting a sponge, going over it. Get all the film off it if you could. It matches it though, don't it?
yeah.
Same color. I'm going to talk about that job a little bit. It was my neighbor's job. He was working on that for a full year. He's like a part-time mason. And I'm becoming a bigger fan of pavers as I go and I go and I go, because they're simple, you could fix it easy, it's not like concrete. I have a video out, it's called Sidewalks, Old School versus New School, where I'm over in China and I'm over in Europe and I show you how they laid all the paver sidewalks out. It's very interesting. You notice that he laid it on pea gravel. In our area, what we like to do, just like a set of railroad tracks, if you lay it on pea gravel on the outside, it doesn't freeze in the winter. The water goes down through it and it doesn't freeze. If you put it in sand, the water collects in the sand and it busts it up in the winter time. So most of the time I put it on pea gravel. Now when you're doing any kind of masonry work, you have to ask the local guys, because what I do in Pennsylvania is not what they do in Florida, and what works in Florida doesn't work in Alaska, and what works in Alaska doesn't work in California. You got to ask the local guys to see how they do it. I hope you enjoyed the videos. Thanks for watching. Until next time.